for the Langley. I don't know. For the memes, I guess. We're just, first 2 slots, you just pick the airplane stuff. There's really no choices there. For the commander, more faster, healthier. None of the rest of this matters, so, like, literally tier 4 is just for learning. I'm not going to take any flags. Don't even need that going on. So, one of the things that we're going to see with the tier 4 carriers, their damage sucks. The plane speed is terrible. It's not about playing to somehow shape the match and somehow win, because you just don't have that. Ugh. Okay. So what tier 4 is useful for, tier 4 is for learning how to play. Literally. Your plane speed sucks. Your damage sucks. The AA on the enemy team is terrible. Why is it terrible? Because you're not expected to do anything of note. One thing that's going to happen a lot in the lower tiers, shit's going to be extremely awkwardly swingy. Your map presence is not going to be strong enough to have an extreme impact on that. So for the most part, just play the game, see what happens, get some bomb hits, shoot some things, drop some torps. Once you've played the tier 4 probably about 4, 5, maybe 8 times, you'll really have gotten a feel for this is what rockets do, this is what bombs do, this is what torps do. And by about that point, you're going to be moving up to the tier 6 carrier. So specifically with the Langley, your speed is terrible. You go like 17 knots. Your detection's not bad, although at tier 3, I don't know, where. We could attempt to... Maybe we'll try to shore up with the Rhine.
Mode enabled.
See if we can combine AA, because CVs could come after us. We do have defensive fighters, but we don't actually have fighters to use. Probably just start out with torps.
Action stations.
Tier 4 is good for learning to survive in a destroyer. Maybe. I actually don't like the lower tiers for learning, like, the intricacies of spacing. Because you can see, like, almost all ships at lower tiers have terrible detection. And I mean god-awful terrible detection. So it's not too often that you really get to control map space without being lit somehow. If you get to like tier 5, maybe tier 6, that's when you start to have real amounts of concealment that can allow you to kind of learn destroyer play. So if you'll notice, we went up to about 126 knots. Now we're letting it coast. This is what I call cruise control. It's an attempt to get across the map a little faster than just kind of going the base speed, but not throwing away all of our boost. We do drop double torps. We have 3 attacks. So you're going to be dropping 2 torps at a time. You do pretty anemic damage at a maximum of 7,000 damage, which is pretty not enough. However, if we can get some torps into the bot, that'll be significant. It would be nice if we could torp a DD. No, okay. The bot is using his advanced anti-torp method. Probably get the Gusano here. Come on, come on. Torp speed's fairly slow, but the Gusano isn't really moving, so this should be 2 into the Gusano. We can probably work over for the Kuma. Maybe. Kuma's hard turning. Can we match this? Can. Kinda. Might hit, might not, I don't know. Rockets for the Wicks. Maybe bombs. Single hit on the Kuma. 7k on a tier 4 is enough for you. The torps are probably going to give the best return of any of the weapons. Torps are just going to be the strongest, that if you land the torp, it's going to have a significant effect. The rockets and the bombs are going to be more piecemeal. They're going to be less accurate. They're going to be less amounts of damage. So realistically, if in tier 4 you are trying to carry, you are going to want to lean on the torps where possible. See, yeah, I guess he's playing. So that's the bot that's going to throw himself away, because that's what bots do. The Wix is not a bot. Try to curl in on this. Actually need to pop the engine boost so we can chase. Cool.
Enemy cruiser destroyed.
He
Off to a great
smokes.
start.
Kaiser's going super long. Whatever. Maybe we can do this. We're gonna aim on the outside. We're gonna curl in. Works okay. Maybe we get one there. Got a fire, which is nice. This is like the weird killing field for all of their shit. Yeah, and this is why I wanted to move the carriers together, because sometimes CVs will go for the snipe. And having the AA overlapped, I mean, this is some of the best AA that there's gonna be at this tier, and even then it sucks. Mostly you're overlapping because of the fighter. The fighter will actually stop the incoming strikes, etc. So they've lost a lot in this little killing pit. We could probably come in and torp that. Maybe we work on the Bellerophon? Probably work on the Bellerophon. Again, we don't have fighters, so we're not providing defense for anybody. We're just trying to perform targeted offense. Z is in a smoke cloud. Freont is too close to the island for me to torp. I assume he's going to end up taking that kill. We're going to work on the battleship.
Waypoint
Could try for the V, I guess, but nah. We do have boost. We're going to have to turn this. At higher tiers, the US planes do not want to turn like this. British planes can. US planes do not. But again, tier 4 learning tier, so it's going to be kind of generous in what it allows you to do. Because it's going to be, you know, trying to figure shit out. I don't know if I can torp the Kuma here. Like, part of me wants to go past the battleship and strike the Kuma, but I don't think I have the room. We have enough to be able to hit again? Maybe. Kuma jukes. Maybe. Probably. We just have to drop because I don't have enough. I think our rocket pen is not terrible. 27 millimeters should be more than capable enough of striking a battleship or a cruiser.
Fighter airborne.
Kaiser's super healthy. Nassau versus Kaiser, maybe. Let's work on the Kuma, because this dude seems to know what he's doing. A makes more noise than damage. Yeah, so at this tier, the thing that's primarily going to kill planes is going to be fighters, if you have a fighter on your plane, on your ship, and odds are it's just a single plane. Or the priority sector mechanic, because priority sector mechanic does an actual, like, chunk of damage. So if you're in a destroyer 5% of, like, a 6-plane total. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Delay thing. Womp womp. 5% of 6 planes is 30% of total health. So 3 destroyers hitting priority sector is almost a plane kill. Now the actual damage they do is gonna suck, but the priority sector itself is gonna do the lion's share of the damage. We're gonna come back in with torps. Maybe these dudes ram? I don't know. Okay, south is cleaned out. We could probably work over the Bellerophon. We hit him for what, like 5k a drop? It's not great. I don't know how this works. Hopefully he doesn't get dunked by the Kaiser. So far he's holding up, but he's losing the trades because he was full health to the Kaiser who is not. Can we make plays on the Kuma? That's the big question, because this is the dude that seems to know what he's doing. Can I torp with the wreck in the way? Yes. Is he gonna pass the wreck? We'll hard turn here. We're still able to manipulate plane movements after or during the drop. 5k is just not enough. And Kuma's cutting in on the island, so he knows what he's doing. We can't drop that. Go back in on the Bellerophon. He is healing. Multiple fucking torpedoes here. I don't have another shot with 400 health. We'll stay on the Bellerophon. Hey, Nassau took it in the north. Good. Kuma's still a problem. I don't know how we kill that.
All stations, reporting the position of a strategic target.
We might die to this dude.
Affirmative.
Unless like the Rhine land stuff. Also, how do we kill the fucking V?
Autopilot mode
I don't
enabled.
think we do. Okay. I don't know. Do we have any chance of dealing with this? He dies to Torps. Because of course he dies to Torps. Why am I wasting my shot on Akuma? Hope, wishes, dreams, prayers. It's a total waste of fucking time. This dude's gonna outturn anything I drop. He did kind of fuck up with that turn though. But we don't have enough damage to get a kill here. I don't know, maybe we can bomb him? Langley's gonna get run down. It's only got 17 knot speed. Courbet could sit on the cap for a bit, which would be cool. The Rhine, however, could deal damage to this, because the Rhine rocket planes could probably make something happen. Realistically, I should be waiting to strike while he's striking, so that we're both kind of like dealing with it at the same time. And then there's gonna be the V. God knows how we're gonna kill that. Maybe bombs. There's a single plane. Please get hit. You gotta fire. Does it stick? No. Okay. Shells from the Courbet. He's still awake. It's gonna turn back again. Yeah. Maybe? My god. Alrighty.
Enemy cruiser sunk.
Where is the
Fighter
V?
airborne.
The V's gonna be over here. And Ryan might end up dying to Torps because the V has been unspotted. There he is. There's our little buddy. So I'm running away. The Ryan is not running away, but hopefully is now. He did seem kind of responsive. V chucks Torps. Holy god, please turn! Jesus. They are not maneuverable like the higher tiers. He is shooting me. What a gentleman. I guess he's scared of the bombs more than he's scared of the Rhine? Which makes sense. Come on. Nope. Whiff. Hey, well, remember we actually got a hit. We did 2,000 damage. He is cock blocking the cap, which is actually pretty huge. That's really significant, because if the CVs don't fly all the way over to kill us, we could actually rocket that. He could AP rocket that and get a kill. Bro, where are you? Planes. You can't be out of planes. It's like not possible. Alright. He's gonna use bombs. Well, whatever. If he's gonna spot him with bombs, then I'll come out with... Come on, I'll come out with rockets. We'll try and do the thing. Let me see if I can somehow clean this up. This would be rough if up-tiered. You only have like a single tier difference, typically. Sometimes a tier 4 will end up seeing tier 6s, which is definitely a meme. But the tier 4, again, it's not about doing stuff, it's about learning. Hey, shock. So he knows how to play. Come on, please. Rocket planes, dude. Rocket planes, dude. Use rockets on the V. Can we keep the reticle wide? Maybe? Ha! Sure. Why not? Bro, what are you doing? He's over here fucking with this. Hey, you!
Teammate, I need your support.
What are you doing? You gonna kill this? In the tire? Come on. Sure.
Roger.
Buddy, fuck, man. All right, can we hard swing this?
Reporting the target position.
Let's try to keep the reticle big. Maybe that. Please. There we go. Okay.
Enemy destroyer foundered.
All right, so a little air cover. Tier 4 CVs. All right. Meanwhile, 2 CVs have not been able to kill a single battleship that had a clue for the last 10 minutes. Like, this is to show you tier 4s are not amazing. They did actually, there was a time where
Autopilot mode enabled.
Wargaming actually buffed the Hosho and the Langley. They used to drop single torpedoes, not doubles. They used to drop singles, but they didn't change the damage, so they just doubled the torpedo damage at tier 10. So then you'd run around torping everything and just wham, 10,000 damage, wham, 10,000 damage. Like, holy shit. So people started doing just stupid stuff on tier 4 CVs, running around memeing all over, you know, new players, which is a dick move. But they did actually fix that 4 or 5 months ago, I think. I think they brought the Hosho back to a single torp drop, I believe. And they did keep the double torp drop with the Langley, but they nerfed its damage by like 30 or 40%. So pretty significant. You want to take shots at the thing? Sure, he's still juking shit. But that is what tier 4s are. It's not a immersive, fantastic experience. It's literally just a learning tier. The AA is terrible to give you the time to be able to kind of like figure out how to do shit. For the most part, ships don't have flak. There's a whole lot of not much that happens. Was rough to learn to drop a torp on the Hosho. Hosho is single drop torp. Yeah, it was recently changed back to it, but there was a long period of time where it was not. So, I mean, unfortunately, we're fucking stuck here for 5 more minutes of a whole bunch of nothing happening. But that is what a tier 4 game is. So, if anybody has any questions or anybody would like to ask about mechanics or concepts or whatever, I mean, we have 5 minutes to kill, so feel free to ask. That was your first CV, the Hosho? Well, I would recommend the Langley as the first CV, although it is extremely slow. But, yeah. Hey, he finally got it. He did the thing.
Our team has taken the lead.
I don't know why he was running from the cap, though. Well, that speeds it up to 3 minutes and 57 seconds until the game ends. Are you slowing down while curve dropping? What is curve dropping? You mean curling with the bombs? So if we look at how the curl works, we can look at this. So let's say I wanted to drop my own carrier. All right, we're gonna look at this reticle, and we're gonna think about this as though it's like a clock. So let's pretend there's a clock here, and this is like 4 o'clock, right? It's starting to get toward 3, but we'll try and make it more like 4. Now, if we put the reticle up at midnight, and then we try to turn it, so we're gonna put it up here at 12 on the clock face. And we're gonna start to turn. Here's what happens. The ship outpaced us. That didn't work out so well because planes don't stop moving. So in the case of the clock, you know, we put the reticle up here, the planes are still moving forward and away. So as they turn, they're chasing. So in this case, we're looking at it's like at 8 o'clock. So what we're gonna end up doing is putting the reticle kind of dead center almost, a little past the mid, and we're gonna start to hard turn here. So that we can come in and get the line for the drop.
Reached. Autopilot mode disabled.
Now, the bombers on the US line are extremely maneuverable. So they're absolutely capable of doing like turns and stuff like that.
Autopilot
As
mode
far as
enabled.
why would you slow down or speed up? If you speed up, you don't turn as fast. So if we like full speed this and we come in and we try to turn, we can do it, but it's definitely not as responsive. It's not as pinpoint. Holy crap, stats bloke with a rate of a lot of people. Hello everybody, 325 people from the stats bloke. Did you keep doing subs or did you swap over to actual live server stuff? Yeah, you could commit honorable seppuku or whatever in the, or honorable sudoku, or it is an internet meme. If the game was terrible. Actually, yes, I could have done that. I could have just like blown myself up and we wouldn't have had to wait this last 5 minutes. I mean, you did a bit of Borodino and then back to subs. I got to see Bogsy playing some of the Borodino and the guns looked really accurate. So I am going to do a little shout out for Stats Bloke. If you do not know who he is, he's a European CC. He has a very smooth voice and a very chill, pleasant presence. You can hang out and learn from him. He's informative and he has an easy manner in which he gives out information and a rather dry wit. Can recommend. I actually subbed to him earlier while he was in a sub, so it's like a next level kind of BS there. But my name is Ensconce for those that don't know me. I teach carriers. I teach carrier play as well as carrier and anti-carrier tactics. There's not a lot of people that play carrier at all. There's definitely not a lot of people that play carrier on Twitch. So a lot of people don't get to see this stuff. You just get to see it when the carrier comes over and, you know, hits you or something. F you, CV. So being able to see it through the eyes of the player can show you what the CV can do, but also what it can't. You can see some games where I'm extremely frustrated because there's a whole bunch of nothing I can do. But for the most part, you know, we try to do the best we can. We try to help out where we can and try to make the best of the situations that we're given. Stats is the David Attenborough of warships. Don't get stats started about the UI. Do you like the UI? Are you afraid of subs just going for the CV? So here's my thoughts on subs. They already exist. They're called the Shimikaze and the Asashio. They're torp boats. It's a boat that primarily uses torpedoes, almost never uses its guns, and has very low detection. Congratulations, you just described an Asashio. It goes, it slinks around somewhere, and then it's surprise, and then it, you know, torps you and stuff. Yay! So they're just formalizing it. They're making a class that's a torp DD that, rather than using smoke, it just goes into the water to reduce its detection for a while. Rather than chuck torps and miss, you can chuck torps and have them at least try to home in a little bit. So that's all it is. It's a sneakier, stealthier destroyer that has less alpha, because like Shimikaze, it'll just annihilate you if the torps land, whereas the sub, you know, you land 2 or 3 torps, you got hurt. You're not dead, but it hurt. Sure. So I was asked to play the Langley with my little like, please play this. I did it, and the person I played it for left because he had no interest in watching me play Langley. I mean, he's a super unicum in EU, so that was a troll move, but it may have been useful for the people that were like, what does tier 4 look like? Because there were some people who were like, bro, this AA is terrible.